So, how's everyone today on a Saturday afternoon? My name is Regine. Some people know me as Singing Tete from my YouTube channel. Usually, when I play ukulele, is always at home, and I sing along. But I think this is one of the first time where I get to share with people online how to play the ukulele. So today is going to be a fun time for myself as well as for you guys. And once again, thank you so much, Safra Mount Faber, for organizing this. It's a 30 days with Dad, right? So I think it's really interesting. Actually, it's for the whole family, lah, right? Especially June is also the school holidays and everyone's at home. So there's something fun they can do with your, either you want to learn it yourself or you want to do it with your kids at home. I think it's a very, very fun activity. And you know what? Maybe your kids can actually teach you, because I know that in primary schools nowadays, this is what they learn in school. Nowadays, school's very good one, okay? All right, so we're going to start things off today. We have a 1 hour session, and I hope that, today we can achieve, songs together, learn songs together, and make sure everyone just get to know the instrument a little bit better. All right, so of course, I'd like to start with a very quick introduction of myself. I actually prepared a slide for this. So of course, I'm a full-time musician and vocal instructor. Mainly I sing, but of course, I also play the ukulele and sing. And I also do share ukulele tips with, I go to different primary schools to teach ukulele. Usually it's 8 to 10 weeks classes. So if your kids are from schools, they may have seen me before if I've been there before. All right, so let's move on. I just want to quickly go through a quick history of the ukulele as well. So of course, before we start learning an instrument, we will want to know a little bit more about the instrument. So the next time, at least if people ask you, hey, where it come from, then you know where it comes from, right? The origin of the ukulele is actually attributed to Hawaii, though it was first developed and used in Madeira island of Portugal, where it was actually called the machete. Now, I just learned today, right, that the actual Hawaiian pronunciation for machete is actually machete. Okay, so depends on whether you want to do the Angmo style or you want to do the actual Hawaiian style. All right, and once the machete was adopted in Hawaii, it was redesigned to make it easier to learn and play. And this is what you see right here, the ukulele, and it's still highly linked with music from Hawaii, where the name translates as jumping flea, possibly also because of the movement of the player's fingers. So later when we learn the strumming, you'll get to see why some people will refer to it as the jumping flea. Now eventually ukulele has become a symbol of love of the land and support for Hawaiians' sovereignty. As Hawaii became more popular and started to see visitors and immigrants, the instrument slowly spread to other countries as well. And today you will find the ukulele everywhere, as it regularly makes appearances on TV, radio, movies, and especially you see them on YouTube. And I think, recent years especially, you would have seen the ukulele almost everywhere, because I see students in school, especially primary schools, they do have a lot of ukulele enrichment classes, and that's what I do as well. And I also see like community centers or even a home for the elders. They have ukulele sessions with all the elders as well, because this is a very fun instrument. It's easy to pick up, though it's very difficult to master. But I'll say if you're looking at a cool instrument just to that's easy for you to learn, play, and during your leisure time at home, I'll say the ukulele is really a very, very good choice. And if you want to buy one, at home, the ukulele is not expensive to get if you are looking at something that's at an entry level as well. All right, so I just want to quickly move on to the different parts of the ukulele. Now, I have a ukulele over here with me, as you can see, but you will also see on the screen that we have named all the parts, different parts of the ukulele. I'll just quickly run you through. Of course, we have 4 tuning pegs over here, also called the tuners. Now, what these do is when you turn it, they will alter the pitch of the strings. Okay, and that's why, you see people tuning either the guitar or ukulele, and you see them turning, all these pegs over here. That's what they're doing. They are actually changing the pitch of the string so that it matches the tuning of the standard ukulele tuning, or even if it's a guitar. All right, and next one is this part over here. This whole part over here, we refer to it as the headstock. I like to think of the ukulele as a human body. So you have the head, you have the neck. And usually, if I go to primary school, I'll actually tell the kids that it's like a giraffe. It has a very long neck. All right. And then you have a body over here. Very curvy, very sexy body. So you have the head, you have the neck, and you have the body. And over here, okay, this hole over here is where the sound comes out from. So it's called the sound hole. Now, this is important to remember because later as we are doing strumming on the ukulele, you want to make sure that you are not strumming too high or too low. Although sometimes you will see people who are not strumming directly over the sound hole, but that's because probably they want to achieve different tones, but that's for something else. That's for next time, okay? So for a start, what we're going to do is we are going to focus on keeping the strumming over the sound hole. So make sure later where you place your fingers, where you place your hands, it should be over the sound hole. If you have a ukulele at home right now, I want you to try to do this with me, okay? Hold the ukulele, okay? So where the headstock is pointing to your left, okay? Now I have, people with questions like, for example, what if I'm a lefty? Do I still point it to the left, or do I actually do it in the opposite way? Now, if you do it in the opposite way, you might have to restring your ukulele. So I'll say, to keep things simple, a lot of my students who are lefty, they still practice it the same way as someone who is right-handed does. So I think that will be easier for you. All right, so make sure the headstock is pointing to the left, and your right hand, okay, you're holding on to the ukulele like this, and make sure your palm is positioned above the sound hole. All right, so I'm sure, with the slides on the screen, you can easily see, where are the different parts of the ukulele. Like, for example, you have the bridge over here, and you have the fretboard. Okay, you have the fret lines, which are the metal lines, and then these are the frets. Now, there's only one part that I really want you to pay special attention to. Let's look at the next slide, and which are the fret as well as the fret lines. Okay, the reason why, right, is because later, in order for us to play, we have to learn how to read the chord diagram. And the chord diagram requires you to know how to count the frets, which means it's really important that you get this right. Now, if I place my ukulele like this, okay, it will look like exactly what you are seeing from the screen. And you have the wooden board, right? All right, and then you have the metal lines, okay, horizontally across. Now, the metal lines are called fret lines. Okay, remember, the metal lines are called fret lines. And the space in between two fret lines, okay, the space between two fret lines is called a fret. So remember, a fret is defined as the space between two fret lines. This is very important for you to get right and remember. This is really step one of playing the ukulele, or in fact, the guitar. So make sure you remember that a fret is the space between two fret lines. Because some of my students, when they play, they think that a fret means that metal line. And then when they look at the chord diagram, what they'll do is they will actually press on that line. But you see, if I press on the line, you will hear this. It doesn't sound very nice, right? Okay, because you're not pressing properly and you have a lot of space in between here, and then it has this sound. Okay, so make sure you're pressing inside the fret so that it rings nicely. All right, so okay, we're gonna move on because today I want you, even if you're someone who's new completely to ukulele, to be able to play 3 songs by the end of the session. Does it sound very ambitious? Don't worry, because the first song is so simple. We are, in fact, going to jump into it right now. Even before you learn how to read the chord chart, we are going to jump into it right this moment. All right, now I want everyone to try this, okay? use your left hand. Okay, make sure your ukulele is pointing to the left. All right, and the body is over here on your right, and position your right hand over the ukulele like this. Okay, so now you're in position. Now, the first thing that's very important is make sure you are not doing this. I have a lot of people who likes to do this. You know why? Because they find that it's easier to check your hands, like whether you're pressing at the right place. Okay, and then they play like this. But this is not the 古筝. So let's not play it this way. It should be flat like this, with the sound hole facing outwards. All right, so once you have done this, now I want you to count to the 3rd fret. Remember just now we were saying, what is a fret? A fret is the space in between 2 fret lines. So I'm going to count over here. Now if you look at my ukulele, I have the 1st fret, which is the first space over here, 1. And I have the 2nd fret, 2. The 3rd fret, 3. So it's on the 3rd fret, and I want you to look at the last string at the bottom. Okay, the string at the bottom, 3rd fret, the string at the bottom. Now, which finger are you going to use? Okay, later I'll tell you how the fingers are being named, but for now, use the ring finger. We're going to keep things simple, okay? Use the ring finger. And I want you to place it on the 3rd fret, bottom string. Good. There you have it, okay? We'll come to the chord diagram. We'll come back to the chord diagram in a short while later, so don't worry about it first. Okay, so even if you still don't understand how to read the chord diagram, it is fine. Just follow me, okay? Ring finger, 3rd fret, bottom string. Now, we're going to start strumming. But the way we strum, there are many methods to strum on the ukulele. Okay, so I just want to show you with the simplest form. Later, we will be exploring different strumming methods as well. The simplest form is to use your thumb, the side of your thumb over here, the side of your thumb. Okay, and I just want you to gently just do this. Just swipe across. Okay, let me just make sure that you guys can see that I'm not blocked. Just swipe across. Okay, can you just swipe across? Just do this. Thumb. Okay, because this is the first song, I just want you to try to get some sound of the ukulele. Don't worry about anything first. Don't worry about strumming methods. Don't worry about strumming techniques. This technique, that, no, throw everything away. Okay, the ukulele should be fun and simple. So for a start, let's just make some sounds, okay? And you're going to play your first song. So use the side of your thumb. Gently, just do this. Make sure the strings are ringing well. Okay, now make sure the strings, right, they are not sounding like this. Okay, with your left hand, press on the string. Remember, you should be pressing inside the space. Okay, the 3rd space, make sure it sounds like this. Okay, now I want you to try it together with me. Okay, I'm going to count in sets of 4. Okay, so everyone just follow me. And we're going to play the 1. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very easy, right? Okay, so remember, nothing fanciful, just the side of your thumb. Okay, we're just gonna strum downwards. Just gently slide your fingers from the top to the bottom. Try to make it as even as possible. Make sure you are not applying too much pressure, or your thumb may end up stuck in between the strings, and that is not what we want. Okay, so just very gently, and we try to keep it parallel. So just go down. 1, 2, 3. Follow. 1, 2. Gonna do it 2 more times. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Continue. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Continue. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. That was your first song on the ukulele. Well done! Yay! See, that was very simple, right? That was so simple. Okay, but of course, that is a perfect song to introduce you to the ukulele and to play an instrument, especially if you are someone who has never ever played an instrument before. So what we just did right there, we actually fingered the chord C. Okay, which I will explain a little bit what that means. But just remember, we just did the chord C and we learned how to play in time, which means as I was counting the different bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, next bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, you were playing in time. You were following me and we were singing to the song Row, Row, Row Your Boat. All right, so now we are going to step it up a little. So I'm still going to play this song. We're going to do it one more time. But now instead of just playing on the 1, we are going to try to play on the 1 and the 3. So the first beat as well as the third beat. Same thing, I don't want you to stress too much about strumming techniques, what you should do. Just use the side of your thumb, gently slide from the top to the bottom string. Okay, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Go. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. One more time. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. There you have it. That was Row, Row, Row Your Boat. All right, now we're going to continue a little bit to the slides. And I'm going to explain just a little bit more about reading the chord chart. Okay, so back to the C chord that we see. All right, I want to give you 10 seconds just to look at this chord diagram and try to digest and think, think about how it actually works. When I have a diagram like this, why am I pressing the finger, on the 3rd fret bottom string? Now, we're going to continue with the chord diagram that I was talking about. So if you have scanned the QR code, let's move on to the chord diagram. If you have not scanned the QR code, don't worry, we will be flashing that again later along our show. So stick around with us. All right, let's look at the chord diagram over here. Now, if you realize, right, it's actually the ukulele, the neck, and this part is actually this part over here, right? If I actually place my ukulele vertically. Did you realize? Yes? Okay, take a look at this. All right. So, if you look over here, this part here is actually where the chord diagram is drawing. So 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret. And because this is how you hold the ukulele, right? Okay, so that black dot there is actually the bottom string. Okay, so once again, 3rd fret, and then you have the bottom string. Now, I'd like to quickly just run you through what are the different string names of the ukulele. I believe we have a slide to show as well. The string names of the ukulele is actually G, C, E, A. Okay, so G is the string on top, and then the next one will be C, and then E, and then A. And this is how it sounds like. G, C, E, A. G, C, E, A. Now, I'm going to teach you a way to very quickly remember this one. So the next time you want to tune your ukulele, you know what are the string names. You can remember it as good children eat apples. Good children eat apples. So G, C, E, A. Okay, so we're going to move on to our second song now. Okay, and the second song, we're going to learn one extra chord. We've already learned the C chord. Okay, remember it was on the 3rd fret, and then you use this finger, ring finger, and you place it on the 3rd fret, and that was the C chord, right? Okay, now let's look at the A minor chord, which is the next chord that we're going to learn. A minor chord. All right, so it's also very simple, but the finger we're going to use now is the middle finger. Okay, actually, when you play the guitar or the ukulele, this is the way we name our finger. Okay, it may not be natural for, normally all of us. Imagine we would most likely name it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But in guitar and in ukulele, T is actually thumb. Okay, so this is T, and then you have finger number 1, which is the index finger, finger number 2, which is the middle finger, finger number 3, which is the ring finger, and then you have finger number 4, which is your pinky. So now, you're going to use your second finger. Remember which one is the second finger? The middle finger, yes. Okay, so you're going to use the middle finger, the second finger. And which fret is it on? Let's try to read the chord chart. It is on the 2nd fret. So 1 space, 2 space. But now, it's the string on top, which is the G string. Okay, let's try to do this properly. Now, when you're fingering the chord, make sure your fingers are curved. They are relaxed. Okay, people tend to do this. Now, when you have your fingers flat on the fretboard like this, you see, this is how it sounds like. Okay, you don't want that. You just want to press that string. Make sure you curve your fingers so that you're not touching the other strings. It should sound like this. Okay, so make sure your fingers are curved. And if you look at what happens here at the back, some people like to do this. But you see, when you do this, when you're holding it, when it's sticking to your palm like that, what happens is you lose that flexibility to change chords and move your fingers around the fretboard. So make sure you're not doing this, because I think a lot of beginners, you tend to do this as well. So you end up, with your palm sticking to the fretboard, and then you think it's very difficult to press because you end up doing this and that. But just make sure, relax. Imagine you're holding a ball, okay, in your hands, curved, relaxed. Just put it here. And because the neck is very thin, right? So most of the time, you're going to have your thumb on top. And just gently do this for a C and this for an A minor. Okay? So now, C, A minor, C, A minor. I just want everyone to keep doing this. It should be very easy. It's like dancing fingers. All right, that's why it's very important to make sure that you are using the correct fingers, okay, to press the strings for the chords. Because if you change, like for example, some people, they like to use the index finger, which is finger number 1, to press the C chord. So they end up doing this. Okay? But you see, when you want to move to your A minor chord, now then you need to do this. So you see, it's very difficult to do that. So just use the ring finger for your C chord and the middle finger. So you see, that's very minimal movement, which makes the playing so much easier. So make sure you are following us. You're using the correct fingers to play the chords. Okay, so finger number 3, which is the ring finger for your C chord. And then you have your finger number 2, your middle finger for the A minor chord. Just practice this for a few more seconds, changing from a C chord to an A minor, C chord to an A minor. It should be very easy. And then we're going to try the next song, but just right before that, let's practice this. Okay, now I will count. I will count 8 times, and then we will change the chord. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to do this: C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and A minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and A minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy, right? Okay. So can everyone try to follow? We're going to do this. Okay. Make sure you're holding the ukulele correctly with the neck and the headstock pointing to the left. Okay. So this is really something that's very important. If you're very new to the ukulele, you seldom see people playing the ukulele, you might really have no idea, whether it should be like this or the other side, So make sure the headstock is pointing towards your left. Okay, so let's try this. Follow. We're going to start with the C chord, and then after 8 counts, we will change to an A minor chord. Let's just try it a few times to get ourselves used to it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, good job. I'm sure, it was easy for you to do the C to an A minor, right? If you have gotten, your fingering for the different chords correctly, it should be very easy for you to finish the C, to complete the C and the A minor, change that movement there that we just did. Okay, now I am going to step it up a little. Challenge you guys a little. Okay, now instead of just playing on the 1, we are going to try to play 1 time for each beat, which means when I count 1 to 8, how many times do we play? 8 times. Okay, so we're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times for the C chord. Then I'm going to change 8 times for the A minor chord, and then back to the C, and then back to A minor. Can we try it before we start the song? Okay, so let's just quickly practice this so you get a hang of how it feels like to follow and play in time. Okay, and at the same time, you're practicing this movement as well. All right, and we are also practicing the changing of the chords. Okay, so let's try this. Now, if you have had some experience with the ukulele, this may be very easy for you. So do bear with us a little, because there may be some of those who are watching who are completely new to this instrument. But don't worry, because we're going to move on to the next one, and we are going to talk a little bit about strumming patterns as well, and we will be introducing our next chord. But for now, let's keep things simple. We slowly step it up. Okay, so 8 times. Let's start with the C chord. Ready? I'll count you in. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to end on C. Okay, how was that, everyone? Was that too fast? Was that too fast? Because sometimes I do this and, people who are really completely new to the instrument, they're like, oh no, that's so fast. Okay, let's try to slow things down just a little bit. But I'm sure you guys, you're quite good lah, because it's just C and A minor. So let's try one more time, okay? And then we are going to try it together with the song, because that's the whole point of today's session. Is a sing and play session. So you don't just play, you want to sing and play. Without the singing, when you're just strumming like that, people also don't know what song it is. Okay, now I must say first that the chords that are being used here, they are mostly very simplified. So, if you are really interested in the ukulele and you search for the chords online, or you are looking at online tutorials, now the chords may be different, and that's because today we are assuming that you are completely new to the instrument. But I want to share with you the joy of being able to sing and play at the same time. So we actually simplified the chords, okay, so that everyone can pick up this song easily. For now, don't worry about that. Let's start with a C, remember? Okay, C 8 times, A minor 8 times, C 8 times, A minor 8 times. Okay, let's go. Ready? I'm going to count you in. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and A minor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on a C. All right, now if you have been able to follow us all this while, then I'll say good job. Now we're going to try to play and sing at the same time. If this is your first time, leave a comment if it's your first time. At least I know. Okay. Oh, I have a lot of friends joining us already. And like I said, some of them are my personal friends. Wow, I have Kachi watching also. All right, so we're going to continue and we're going to try this song together. If you have a ukulele, play along with us. If this is your first time playing the ukulele, leave a comment, let me know. So at least, I know how this session has helped you. All right, so I don't know whether you guys know this song Raw by Katy Perry. It used to be really popular when it was out, and I think that was quite a few years back. So let's try to do this song together. Now, I'm going to start by counting you in. What I'm going to do is we will be playing. Okay, now if you look at the screen, right, okay, let's look at the lyrics and the chords first. And I'll explain a little bit to you. Now, you see, I have the chords there, C. And I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath. And then I have C again. Why? Because every chord is actually 4 times. And you realize that the 2 chords repeats. And then A minor repeats again, C repeats again. And that's why I say I counted it 8 times. Because it's 4 and then 4. 4 and then 4. Okay? So just remember, once you see C, okay, you play it 4 times, and then you see C, play it 4 times again. A minor, you see it, you just play it 4 times. You see A minor again, you play it 4 times again. Okay, let's try this. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Let's just play first without singing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Change to A minor. Get it going first. 5, 6, 7, back to C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to A minor. We're going to start singing soon. Get yourselves ready. 5, 6, 7, 8, and used to bite my tongue and hold my breath. Scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. Guess that I forgot I had a choice. Let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing. We're gonna end quite soon. Fell for everything. All right, we're just gonna end here. Okay, don't want to scare you guys off by doing too much. Let's just practice this slide for now. Okay, so as you can see, the chords are simple, just C and A minor. Now, if you are having problem following us, if you think that, you're too busy strumming and then like there's chord changing, there's so much going on, and the singing and the lyrics. So what you do is you can always just strum for the ones, which means, right, you go C. That means when we count 8, it will be the 1 and the 5th beat. But if you're looking at the screen, right, every time you see C, you just strum 1 time. You see C, you strum 1 time. A minor, you strum 1 time. A minor, you strum 1 time. Okay, so let's start with C. I'm going to give you an example. For example, you can simplify it to do this. Used to bite my tongue and hold my breath. Scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I sit quietly, agreed politely. Guess that I forgot I had a choice. If you pushed me past the breaking point, I stood for nothing. So I fell for everything. This is also what you can do if you find that it's too much for you to digest, because hey, it's the first time. When I was doing it the first time, I think I was really a little overwhelmed. Okay, but today we're trying to pack a little bit more into this session so that there's more for you to practice while you are at home. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna strum one time for each beat, but if it's too much for you, you just strum one time whenever you see the chord name. Okay, so let's try. I'm gonna count you in. 1, 2, ready, go. And used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. Sorry, I just realized I said I will play once per beat, but in the end I actually strummed the first only at the first beat. So let's try one more time, and I will try to slow it down a little so that those who are just strumming along can follow. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. Used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. Guess that I forgot I had a choice. Let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing. So I fell for everything. You held me down. Okay, sorry, that will be the next part. All right, so there you have it. Okay, let's just keep that strumming going. Now, just now I promised that I'm going to share a little bit more about strumming, right? Strumming styles. So when you start, the easiest to start is always use the side of your thumb and just gently slide down from the top. Okay, now you realize a lot of people, when they play the ukulele, what they do is they actually do this. So the finger is kind of like this. Okay, it's like a mini cross shape that you see over here, but mostly it's relaxed. Now what you do is you have this flicking motion. You want to try to keep it parallel to the body, to the fretboard. Okay, you want to keep it parallel, and what you do is just this flicking motion. So if you see, right, I'm not moving my hands like this. Now some people, when they start, they do this, but when you do this, the sound is going to be very uneven. You want to make sure, okay, that you are just flicking your hands like this. Can we try this? Okay, so what you do is it's like a mini cross shape, or sometimes we do the heart thing. Yay! Okay, so you want to do that, but maybe not so much, as in when you do the heart, the fingers come out quite a bit, right? So we're going to reduce that. Okay, and then this is what you want to practice. Okay, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. To be honest, if this is the first few times you're doing it, you probably have problem, especially with the up. Either there's no sound, or the sound is going to sound very uneven. But don't worry, because all you have to do is just keep practicing. And it's very simple, it's very easy to just watch a TV, watch a YouTube, and your hands are just doing this, right? It's good exercise as well. Okay, trust me, just keep doing that for a few days, for 1 week, and you will get a much nicer sound from the ukulele. Okay, so that's another way that you want to do. And make sure you don't, apply too much strength, because what happens is then you might have, and if your hands are uneven, you might have your fingers stuck in between the strings, which is what I think it's quite a common thing for beginners. So make sure you are careful of that as well. Now, another way, if you want to get a brighter sound, you want to get a bigger sound, a louder sound from the ukulele, is you can, instead of just one finger, you can have all your fingers as well. So you can see one finger. Alright, and if I want to have like all my fingers flicking like this, as you can see, the sound is actually richer. So it depends on what you want. I'll say for a start, let's keep things simple. You can just try, to have that mini love shape, that mini love shape. And let's just do this. So when you go down, you're using your index finger to strum, to hit the strings. When you're coming up, actually more or less you're using your thumb. Okay, so it's down, up, down, up. All right, so we're going to try the next song. So we're going to do the next song, which is also the last song that I have for you guys today. We're going to introduce you the third chord. And third chord is actually very simple. If you look at the third chord over here, we still have our C. We still have our A minor. But now we have the third chord, and it's called the F. Now, I want everyone who's looking at the screen right now to study the A minor and the F chord diagram. Did you realize that they are very, very similar? Right, okay? So the A minor chord and the F chord is very, very similar. In fact, the F chord, right, only has an additional finger. Okay, now we're going to start with an A minor chord because you guys know it so well already, right? So A minor chord over here. Now look at my index finger, finger number 1. It's free. Right, it's free now. So what we're going to do is we are going to press the second line, if you count from the bottom, and on the first fret. Okay, which is also the E string, because G, C, E, A, right? Okay, the E string. Second string from, if you count from the bottom, 1, 2, second string on the first fret, and there you have it. That's your F chord. Now, when you change from the A minor to the F chord, I don't want you to let go of your middle finger. So if you check this out, this is A minor. All I want to do is just add in one more finger for F, add in one more finger for the F. Place your index finger, release it. Place your index finger, release it. Place your index finger, release it. Now, this is how you can keep practicing this motion so that later when you change the chords, you will be smooth. Okay, so just make sure you're just moving the index finger. You are not, removing the middle finger for the A minor, and then after that you try to get in position again, because that will waste you some time there and actually will be more difficult to do. So you have your C to A minor, which you are already very good at. Now we're just going to add in one more index finger for the F. Now, the reason why I chose these 3 songs is because they are in order of difficulty, definitely. And at the same time, the chord sequence is the same. So just now was C to A minor. Now C, A minor, F. In fact, for now, it's actually C, A minor, F, C. So this is what we call a chord progression. Okay, so it's C, A minor, F, back to C. So if I repeat this chord progression, I'm going to start with C again. So you realize I'm going to end up with 2 C side by side. So it's C, A minor, F, C, C, A minor, F, C, C, A minor, F, C. All right, so once we know the chords and you guys are ready, okay, I'm going to flash. I'm going to get you guys to still look at the chord diagrams, okay, so they get used to it. And let's just try this. Okay, I'm going to play C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, A minor, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same thing. When we start, we're just going to play one time on the 1 count. Okay, can we try it one more time? 1, 2. So what I'm doing is actually I'm doing 2 C's and 2 A minors and 2 F's. So like raw. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then F. 1, 2, 3, 4. F again. 2, 3. Back to C. 2, 3, 4. C. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's try this. Follow me, and let's do it together. Let's start from the C chord. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3. Back to C, 2, 3, 4. We're going to keep going a little. So it's back to C again. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. And A minor, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. And F, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3. Back to C. C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the song that we are gonna play, you guys know this one. Okay, can we flash the song title, please? Wow, wow. Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. Who don't know this song? If you really don't know this song, please leave a comment and let me know. But I will just assume that everyone knows this song, or at least you have heard it before. Now, because we're running a little bit short of time, I'm going to go to the chorus of the song, where everyone really knows very well, right? Okay. So, can we have the lyrics and chords for the chorus, please? And then we're gonna do it together. So, if you look at the screen. Okay, we have the chords, we have the lyrics. I want you to just quickly go through it first in your head, okay, and visualize where you're going to change the chords. Because if you see, I actually placed the chord names, right, on top of the words of the lyrics where you're supposed to change the chords. Okay, I want you to just take a few seconds quickly just to quickly run through the chords, and I want you to look at the lyrics where we change the chords. Think about it, get yourself ready mentally, and then we're going to practice in a very short while. All right. So, just now I was saying, right, okay, see how come, we have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, then after that 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, right? Okay. It's because we play it 8 times as well. So it's like our raw. But this time is because we are actually playing subdivisions. Okay. So actually, instead of like your quarter beat, which is your crotchet, we are actually now playing your quavers. Okay. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's easier for you to follow. Just now we were already doing the 8 times thing. Now we're going to do this 8 times thing again. Okay, but remember, we want to keep things simple. The first time what you do is I just want you to strum 1 time at the 1, and I just want you to strum 1 time at the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, let's try it for the chorus. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Hey, sorry. This way because it starts singing first. Okay, 1. Da, 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 da. When I see your face. Sorry, give me a second. I would change when I see your face. 3, 4, 5, 6, another thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah. So I just realized as I was looking on the screen, right? When I see your face, I think when I was doing up the chords, I think I kind of maybe it's the alignment change because of the font. So you don't really see the chord on top of the words that is supposed to the words that are supposed to change. But don't worry, because this is actually a good test for your musicality as well. Where do you change the chords? Okay, so when I see your face will be your C. Okay, so just remember we start at face and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we change the next one. Okay, let's try it together one more time. Ready? 1, 2, go, and now when I see your face, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another thing that I would change. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. 5, and when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah. And you realize that when I'm playing, right? Okay, I play it and then I have like gentle tapping of the hand. That's a very good way to practice so that you're still counting the beats. as you're going. Make sure that you are in time, you're not rushing, you're not slow. Okay, so we still have a little bit of time left for Q&A. Just right before that, I say, if you want to take it up another level, you want to practice, at home, and you're like, oh, I'm already very good with these chords. I can play it so well. I can change the chords freely. I can do it without overthinking. Then you might want to consider different strumming patterns as well. Now, before I leave, I want to share a very, very commonly seen and commonly used, especially in pop songs, the strumming method. Okay, and I'd like to show you the strumming method on screen as well, so that it's easier for you to visualize. Okay, and it's very simple. It's just down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so make sure you're following this timing. Down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up. Okay, all right, so that's all I have for you guys today. So we've learned quite a bit. Today we know the history of the ukulele. Of course, we know how to name the different parts of the ukulele. We learned how to read chord diagrams as well. And the way you read the chord diagrams, right, it works for both the ukulele and the guitar as well. So if you are already a guitar player, of course, you're going to not have a problem with that. Now, if you're new to this, once you've learned this, you will know how to read the chord diagrams on the guitar as well. We've learned 3 songs. Row, row, row your boat. We have learned Katy Perry, Roar. And then the last one that we have here is Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are. And you also learned your first strumming patterns. I'm going to leave you guys to your own practice. So I'll see you guys next time. We have more fun things to learn together. Thank you. Bye-bye.